Okay, hi, this is Max and Jacqueline for our final project for Mastering Electronics. So we decided to do an audio, something with audio for our project, and so on our circuit, we have an audio jack which is going to input the sound, like a song or something, and then it's going to go into one input, and then it's going to split up into our high pass and low pass filters. They're just passive ones with a resistor and a capacitor. So here's our low pass with our capacitor grounded, and then over here is our high pass with the resistor grounded. And so then when we tested those two, this is what we expected to see. Yeah, and then down here we have our experimental results, and we have a cutoff frequency around 308, and we wanted to around 284, so it's pretty close. And then for our high pass filter, we had a waveform that looks like this. Our cutoff frequency was around 312, and we had the same cutoff frequency as before, so it's pretty close.
Alright.
Oh.
So, after our passive filters, we send those signals into inverting op amps. So the inverting op amp is going to amplify the signal. We have about a 2.5 decibel amplification coming out of this op amp. So we can see the signal goes from here into this resistor, which is a 2.2, which it goes into a 50 ohm resistor to make it a 2.25 kilo ohm resistor for the first resistor in our inverting op amp, and then the second resistors are these two, and these are in series, and that makes about a 3K resistor. And then after that, its output is to the summing filter that we use later. But then over here, we have this similar setup where we have our resistors, and we dampen the signal from the high pass filter by about 2.5 decibels. And we can see the outputs of that on our, it's kind of just like a straight line, but we can see from that we have a 2.3 decibel difference in our, this is the low passes inverting amplifier, the high passes inverting amplifier, and I think our low pass is up here.
It should be above.
It should be above.
Yeah.
Alright. I don't really have it. It doesn't really matter though. It's the same exact thing. It's they just flipped.
It's right. No, it's not. I don't know where it is.
It's fine.
Oh, it's below.
Oh, it's below?
Yeah.
Alright. Where?
I have it. It's right here.
Okay. Cool. So that's the inverting amplifier for the high pass filter, for the low pass filter. So
I think I may have switched them.
That's fine.
I can fix it.
Okay, so then we have our summing amplifier, right?
Oh, yeah. So this one is gonna add the two signals back together from the high frequency part of the circuit and the low frequency part of the circuit. So we end up with an output signal that is has both components. The low frequencies amplified and the high frequencies suppressed.
And we used a all 10 kilo ohm resistors for this, so it's not gonna have any amplification effects, but it's just gonna add them pretty much perfectly together. And now we can play a song. So this song you're gonna hear a lot more bass than usual, and then so the bass is gonna be slightly amplified, and then the other frequencies the low mid ranges and the mid ranges, and especially the upper mid range and beyond is gonna be suppressed a fair amount. It's kind of hard to hear on our wonderful speaker, but let's give it a whirl.
I don't know where the mic is. Okay.
Alright, so that's the audio.
And then the final.
Yeah, so basically the lower bass signals are gonna be amplified from anywhere between a half decibel and a third of a decibel, while the low to mid range is gonna be amplified a half decibel at the lower mid range of the lower part of the lower mid range, and then it's gonna be dampened by a half decibel at the upper part of that lower mid range, and then our mid range signals are gonna be all dampened from a half decibel to 2 decibels, and then everything above that is dampened by about 2 decibels.
And you can see that here.
Yeah, so that's like our frequency sweep of our circuit. So like the reason that like the yellow line, which should be a reference line, is like not straight, is because like the passive filters kind of like they like take some of the voltage away from it, so it looks a little bit weird. But you can see that like as you sweep across from like low frequency to high frequency, the it gets less loud. All right, that is our lab final project for mastering electronics. Thank you. Okay.